Alright,
Oh,
welcome
True
back to Rain.
Kingdom. Nice.
Yeah, that's the best we could come up with.
We are the True Kingdom. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, welcome back to Rain. And we're kicking back off with the slight problem of orcs.
Slightly changed, slightly corruptees, the people that we decided not to kill last time. For why did we do that again?
No reason.
Because y'all decided that I'd killed enough people already?
No, I was perfectly fine with stabbing the rest of them. Like, I remember I went over the wall to just stab to do that in the first place.
Yeah, you decided to be humanitarian for once.
This is
I
It's
didn't
not
stop
humanitarian.
anybody.
You gotta remember, Aurelio is not a military. Like, he seriously does not know shit about any of this.
I'm small squad, so like I'm just, a very good murderer they put other murderers behind. So
Yeah.
And
Anyway,
so-
yes, the orcs had just ridden into your city and decided that
We were in Chelmsford, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're right.
basically just told you that, the Henrys want like recompense for your horrible misdeeds,
Hmm.
and that's pretty much where we got to. So
We did
It
remember
sounds
our army, right?
I mean, we've probably got whoever we have running Chelmsford.
But we have to like pull them together. How do we can Lay Lidar please tell this man to politely stick his head and his horses behind?
Can who do that thing which will probably get that person killed?
Do we have anyone
kindly
here with
lead our-
diplomacy?
You
Sorry,
have someone here with
shouldn't
graces.
laugh.
Right, graces.
Graces. I heard racism for a second.
Graces.
I heard races. I'm like, wait, how would that help? I mean, sure, they're orcs, but
So that was actually a misclick, but I think I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
Just to try and diffuse the situation a bit.
So
convince the orcs they're being terribly rude.
Yeah, stop putting a top hat on his tooth. I can see you.
Already a top hats.
Well, at least
Then
I've narrowed
we
the
all-
top hatters down. Yes, excellent. The top hatters have been reduced to 1 of 4. I will find you.
See, the issue is though, you don't know that it's the same person every time.
Gray's
No.
making the mistake that everyone makes in Mafia and assuming that there's only one traitor.
There we go.
Yeah.
My theory is always that everyone
Okay,
is doing
who's giving him a trilby now?
Trilby.
He's an orc, so
Where-
of
where
course
did
the
I-
same,
I closed
of
the
course
image.
he'd be one to say milady.
I mean, he is an orc.
There we go. You know damn well who's giving him a trilby.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
he
yes,
used pointers
that's
instead of
fair,
drawing mode.
because yeah. To be fair, it's a bit more visible that way.
There has a hat on both of his tusks.
Anyway,
I'm just gonna go hide in
Anyway,
the
yeah,
corner
I'm
now.
basically trying to stop him from wanting to just outright murder us. Maybe he will be a bit more open to negotiations.
I mean,
Yeah.
can we just like blow the horn and begin and like have an actual like military incursion against this guy?
See, the issue with that is he might just decide to kill us if we bring the army out, because that's...
I mean, he can try.
See, the issue is he could very well succeed, and then, sure, the
how
army
do
will
we-
kill them, but we will be dead.
How would we know if he would actually be able to kill us?
I'm a big fan of planned talk at them until the army shows up.
In that case, it's up to one of you to signal while I continue to signal the army while I continue to try and keep this from escalating.
Or potentially convince them to go away.
Yeah, for some reason I don't think that's happening.
Gray is not one to like get to have be like no. And he's like, oh. All right, so
Right, so you're putting up the good talk about how they should be more diplomatic, and he's bringing up the fact that maybe some sort of monetary recompense may be acceptable. Because the Henrys aren't that interested in town. It's more about face saving and stuff like that.
Face saving.
I mean,
Not
we
to
also
the way
have
you're thinking.
information that might be of great use to them re the Starks.
Yeah, you could probably trade information into that.
In fact,
could
I could
be useful.
probably just point out that the Starks have a king now, and you might want to work with us to take care of that before it turns into a problem for both of us.
Yeah,
So-
that would probably get them talking at least.
Like, don't get me wrong, I understand your concerns with us, but the Starks are going to be significantly less amenable to your tactics. So, how about this? We go kick over the Starks, make sure that they start infighting again, and we get back to killing each other later.
I mean, as the Starks and the Undead realms start fighting it out, because remember that they're actually related at some distant point.
Yeah, and what makes you think that they're going to fight?
I mean, who fights more often than relatives? Say
Relatives that are, what, a couple dozen generations removed at this point?
I mean, we're going to have to encourage them. That's obvious.
Consider
I mean, honestly, at best, I think we can use them attacking the Undead Realms as a distraction to go in and kill the king while he's focused elsewhere.
I mean, the thing is that they have the closest border, so they could be the easiest led to go into actually baiting each other up.
Who says we have
And
to kill
the
the king? All we need
idea
to do
of,
is
like-
encourage a usurper.
Is the Witch Queen still around? Did you do a thing to her last time we saw her?
No, I think you completely
we
ignored
stole
her.
her arm.
Yeah, that's the last time you saw her.
I mean, like,
We stole her arm. We did not get rid of her because, as it turns out, liches ain't bitches.
This is universally true.
Considering the idea that, like, did someone steal Dame Daphne's silverware last time they came over for tea type deal of family relations? And we get a hillbilly fight going on between the two of them. Saying that how the people in Starkdom, like, they're her grandson is bad mouthing her at day tea that she's a laughing stock and so forth. They have kid nursery rhymes that in the thing of how, like, she has a funny face and no nose.
I'm not entirely sure.
I'll be honest, I have completely lost the train of discard here.
I
What
like
he's
where you're
saying is
going. I
basic-
don't think we have the stats to back it up.
He's basically just saying maybe you can insult the queen enough that she kind of comes in and hunts.
She's
Yeah,
she's an old lady, so we might be able to play on her pride, or if anything, depending on what kind of personality she has.
Also a lich, so pride there.
Anyway, orcs, right? Orcs doorstep right
yeah,
now.
immediate problem.
The orcs that I'm currently trying to convince that maybe attacking the Starks before us is a good idea because they're bigger than us, and if they unite, the Henrys are going to feel it regardless.
But they're more annoyed at us because we're the ones who kicked over their sandcastle.
Yes, but they also don't care about the territory we took, just the face that we've lost.
So we need to sell them an idea of how to say how this is a face saving. organization.
Basically, yes.
Well, I'm basically just pointing out that sure we lost you some face. The Starks can and will lose you your entire, existence.
That still means that they still need to address our face thing, because face is, Henry's trade on the reputation of, being infallible type things.
And we're asking them to lay off us while we deal with the Starks, and then we can go back to punching each other until one of us falls over.
Ooh, actually, how about this? When we take care of the Starks, we'll give them the credit.
Could we can we just say that, ask for a lesser Henry to, join our course?
I'm pretty sure all Henrys are equal.
I mean, how would we know any better if, we didn't have, say, our own minor Henry to, to make sure that, we have good...
Are you getting us a political officer?
I don't need a court mage, thank you.
Well, I was thinking more of a court jester, but still.
Please disregard him. He's an idiot.
So basically, you're saying that they would take a level of they would knock us a level of treasury for a while, Gray.
Yeah, basically.
To go away, or we could fight them here and then be even more worsely related to the Henrius Gray.
Yep.
Would they also take a Noctua influence instead?
I'm much more willing to give them a bit of money as recompense, honestly.
Yeah.
Because, treasure we can just get back by taking more territory. Influence is kind of hard to come.
Yeah.
So, what the orc guy saying? What's his line on this?
Well, he probably wants to kill us for what we've ended up causing happen to him, but...
Yeah, but he's also, if he does that without, doing it properly, getting the proper reasoning, he's probably going to be in a lot more trouble. God knows what he'll end up as next time.
Could we actually ask him to let us talk to a Henry, at least?
For some reason, I doubt it.
You are the one true king of England. And having
they probably dispute that.
That's the thing, is that what level of face do you yourself, King of England man, want to save when someone comes to your door and starts trying to bang tribute out of you?
Well, you gotta remember, this isn't about tribute. This is about giving back what we've taken from.
Well, yeah, but it's essentially tribute if they come back. What if they come back by again type deal? So, we'll deal with that then when we do that.
They're willing to take money to let bygones be bygones. Are they also willing to take money to remove this duck curse?
The what now?
The Duchess's duck curse.
The Duchess.
And yeah, Rogai here has got absolutely no clue what you're talking about.
You gotta remember, this guy was the guy they brought in to rule over Chelmsford after they'd already done all that. They probably didn't tell him shit.
We'll throw money at this man to make him go away at the moment. But we'll ask if he could at least drop us a line to actually talk to the Henrys themselves, to have a better line of communication. De-escalation.
I mean, they should definitely have an ambassador to the true King of England, if nothing else.
Can we pay him and make that a request?
You can give it a go, yeah. So this is probably more of a bribery, isn't it? Almost.
I think. Well, what is bribery but good social graces, hey, King?
Yeah, I think graces is probably actually the right call for this one, because you are basically.
I'd say either graces or plead.
I don't see him as pleading. Anyway, yeah, so this would be a gracious, but unfortunately we've just lost a plaintiff.
Our king is dead.
Long live the
Long
king.
live the king.
Yep. Dee. Oh well. But yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I think he's back. But he's not saying anything.
Apparently his mic just died.
No, that's a good start.
Lovely.
Huzzah! Our
But
king
not
is now
voice
mute.
or fantasy grounds.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
that's not good.
That is unfortunate.
Restart everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the recording for a minute. Alright, definitely technical difficulties over. So yes. As we were saying, how much did you get?
I heard everything up until we've lost me.
Okay.
And I was trying to say, yeah, there's no reason to use plead because it's sort of an even feel.
Yeah.
I actually argued for haggle. I don't know if y'all caught that.
Nope, missed that one.
Haggle would also work.
I only have 4 dice there.
Maybe
certainly.
it's Grace's to introduce the bribe, and then haggle to like how
make
much.
it favorable to us.
Yeah. That can be done by 2 separate
will
people.
you-
The Graces will have to come from you, I guess, but the haggle could come from someone else. They could
So,
turn it over.
how
anyone
much are
has
you willing
better
to
than
offer for a
4?
pair of shoes?
Oh, that's gutting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's obviously not at all impressed by this. He knows what the Henrys will do to him, then reincarnate him, then do it to him. Yeah, no. I'm going to ignore you said that, just so nobody dies just for that.
I mean, how buff is this boy?
He's probably about 6 to 7 foot tall. They did a number on him.
I don't even know how to approach Aids on a plate for this.
I implore you
Please?
to reconsider.
Just please.
Please?
But, I mean, we could do it in a way that, didn't look like I'd been given large amounts of cash. I suppose there's that. I mean, you're just wanting to talk to a Henry?
Well, negotiate, hopefully.
Negotiate,
Open
yeah.
up diplomatic channels.
De-escalation, you know.
Yeah,
Clearly,
no,
we got
I
off on the wrong foot. When my league stabbed someone through the face because
Through a door.
it was slightly inconvenienced.
In my defense, I was a little bit under duress
Drunk on power.
at the time.
Yeah,
Sort of shifts the sword in the ground angrily at it.
Some people have some problems. You know how
Yeah,
it
we
is.
noticed.
It's not like I'm hearing voices in my head. Only him.
Magic
Oh
artifacts.
yeah, that's
tend
a
to give
point. I
people
haven't
control
told y'all
issues.
about the voices, have?
No, you haven't told us about the voices. The
What
voice is
voices?
currently going, take off his head for the good of the kingdom. Suffer not the foul beast.
Suffer not the unclean.
Okay, alright, so I think this is when we go to the haggle stage of it.
Right, what y'all got? Because I only got 4 on haggle.
I've got
Doink.
5.
No, he's rolled nothing, so as long as you get a pair, you should be okay.
Doesn't
I've got
Adrian
5.
our haggler?
5 is better than 4.
How many do you have, Adrian?
Shame there's no assist here. I only have 4.
I could talk in an imperious manner at him, but no.
Well, that's...
Well, we're maxed on the we're
Shit.
maxed on the highest die.
Yeah, the thing is, highest die doesn't matter if you don't get any width.
Well, let me offer some refreshments since we are going to be talking this over, and perhaps
so
you can
basically,
get off
this
your
is going
horse.
absolutely nowhere at this point.
Yeah, he's giving an astronomical amount, like, you know, and you're going like this, and he's going, no, I've got to be able to like disappear on this.
Who would need to disappear on those?
And we're just sitting there like, literally no one in the world has that much.
Yeah, he's asking for a king's ransom.
Can I do a tactics roll too of like while they're talking on this, just
Yes,
try and...
to size up the opposition.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's good.
If you want to,
While he does that, I'm hauling out a table, a pair of chairs, and 2 glasses and a bottle of wine.
All right, I got. Nope, nothing.
The obvious goal is get the orc drunk.
Get the
I
orc
can't
drunk without
negotiate
getting
with it.
me drunk.
I can't see.
Glass is bigger.
I can't.
Can
get
orcs
any-
even get drunk?
Yes?
My numbers we're just off on numbers today, are we not?
Yeah. What did you roll for the getting drunk?
Oh, I didn't.
He hasn't actually rolled it.
Yeah.
Anything
I mean,
for
if he
that.
would, he'd be rolling,
probably a
But
figure.
I guess.
Probably a figure roll.
rolling Frenchness about it.
Apparently he really likes the wine.
Yeah.
He's off his horse. We basically have a table set up now.
Well, that's kind of like to get him drinking. I suppose we're gonna have to see how well he does.
This is to get you another haggle roll. Basically.
Yeah.
Okay, what the
Probably-
hell?
possibly with an
I know
advantage.
I have vigor. Where is it?
All right. He starts his
Possibly
drinking.
with that 8.
Orcs are moderate, not lightweights.
Hang on, I'm having to add vigor to my skill list because I thought I had it, but apparently I didn't.
What would it be for like? Okay,
No, wrong button.
what would it be to challenge this man to an arm wrestling match?
Probably endurance, or maybe just raw
Now
body.
to challenge him.
Yeah, to just say like,
I got 5. So that's not.
I mean,
Regelio's
I-
cup is significantly smaller than the orcs.
So the thing is, we don't know how strong orcs
It's a
are.
big table.
So I'm going to be like, since he had a sip or two, I'm going to shoot for and like do a bit of swaggering. I don't have any talkie skills, but I'm what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna put my arm down and flex it in front of him. Flex. Hey.
What the fuck was that noise?
Hey.
Right, he's not as strong as you. He's just gonna like.
Douche. Brr.
Are they bonding over their muscles?
They're arm wrestling.
I get up and I get on the chair and I flex. To the
Is
crowd.
this a Spanish thing, Your Majesty?
What the fuck is that?
Triple threes.
And a pair of 4s.
I tear off my shirt. And
He tears off his shirt.
The number is slowly
Orc's gonna
climbing
win the
up.
shirt tearing. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Here,
he basically
pins.
does the is it Hulk Hogan?
He
or-
doesn't even move his hands. He just flexes and his shirt explodes.
Yeah.
Wizard crafted muscles, much prettier than
I
human
slap him on
crafted
the
muscles.
back. I like you.
Right. Now roll charm to see if you fall in love.
I implore you to reconsider.
No,
Let's
that was a joke. It's fine.
Plead.
Please don't fall in love with the orc.
Nope.
Right.
That was. Meanwhile, I'm
What?
still trying. Meanwhile, I'm still trying to surgically remove my palm from my face.
I hear
Here, let me
laughter
help with
helps
that.
with
Look.
that.
We have
Success.
bonded. We have bonded every so slightly.
And it only scarred a little.
Look, sir.
It's a
me,
good thing your
you,
stiff work is up to snuff.
We are
Oh, yeah.
we are mid of similar professions, I understand how it is. So, I don't want to fight. You don't want to fight.
And
we would-
Rogelio is south.
We don't. We're not really. We will pay the Henrys part of our treasury we have right now. But we would also like if you could at least have them have some open discourse with them, because honestly, sir, we did not know anything of the Henrys when we came to fight at your fort. And well, we did our stuff in ignorance. They would understand. I'm sure they would understand this, being us being newcomers to this land. So why not just give us a pigeon address or some sort that we can have some level of de-escalation with ourselves. Would that be possible?
I'm just trying to think. Yes, I think I might be able to do this.
So we'll give them a doctor. We'll take it. Okay, so we'll reduce our treasury by 1 for a bit until to placate the Henrys, and then we can work around to.
Technically, I think this
Pay
is
the
basically
Weregeld
doing
for their men that we brutally murdered.
I'm talking here.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah, you just talked right over me. Anyway, I was saying that this was basically a treasury for influence kind of thing.
Something like that, but it would be just essentially just get them off our back. Because we've been on this conversation for like half an hour now. As Flex
Is that in game or is that in real time?
In real time, about. But as brothers of the Flexi Swole, let us take this as a band agreement that we'll just deal with this as men do, and get back to doing what we're really supposed to be doing. Being paid to sit around and look menacing.
Can't argue with that part.
I'm appealing to his mercenarial spirit. The spirit of a true mercenary, getting paid to not fight.
Alright.
I think you have a new career.
Look up flex poses.
I think the flex stuff may have been lost. I think my thing just crashed. Just restarted it.
Ooh.
It's okay.
The mandatory poses in bodybuilding.
There you go.
Pose 1, front let spread.
Why is
Pose
that a thing?
Because
Front
you didn't
double-
stop him.
The front double bicep.
No,
Pose
I'm
3.
asking why this is a thing.
The side chest. Look, the highest social role I could do that would be anything to do with an orc would just merely be able to talk through the medium of muscle, alright? We were trying to talk to this man normally, and we weren't working out. The highest pull I had was muscle, so I talked through the medium of muscle, and he also responded.
Yep, there was much flexing. As you can see from the rolls, it was pretty mutual. But just to catch up, because I'm not sure if that is crashed, and I'm going to have a big gap. Basically, both sides have come to the agreement that, the Henrys, of course, needed some form of recompense, but they also admit that as newcomers to the kingdom, the kingdom wasn't aware of the political makeup of the thing, and you guys have admitted that they did act rashly and have paid, but also not giving up the land.
We have acknowledged Henry's authority. The Henrys have acknowledged our authority, and therefore we have come to an agreement that we're going to have some means of de-escalation between our two factions.
Yep, basically.
Open discourse that, thanks to Ablada, will not include, chickening. We're not going to have canned fried chicken, stores open up on us. All right.
So you reduce down your treasure to 1 again. You are poor.
I mean, for now, or is this a continuous
it's basically you've near bankruptcy the country, so you're down permanent to 1.
Okay, so
getting up from 1 to 2 is actually quite easy. You just have to take someone who has treasure 1.
Okay,
or
so
hell, just go find some.
Yeah.
all right. So we've paid off the Henrys.
Yep.
I thought
Hooray.
treasury was more like cash flow rather than
Yeah,
than
but
cash itself.
it's kind of part cash flow, part like
Capital.
just how much you've actually got on hand. You've
The
taken a
re-
Okay.
financial hit.
So what I'm gonna suggest here is we start trading with the dwarves. We have a
We have a port and a how is the ship doing, by the way, Gray?
Just going to sit in there. It's not
been
exploded.
repaired for years.
Yeah.
So do you want to like take a do you want to take a short sojourn up to the Dwarven Kingdoms in the boat? Just hop in, leave Miss Competent behind to run the kingdom while we go up and gallivant.
Go up to where?
The
The
Dwarven
Dwarven
Kingdom.
The Dwarven Kingdom up north, the furthest up north.
No, I couldn't tell what you said.
You're talking about leaving your what's his name, Delka.
No. I got that part. The part I
Right.
didn't get was where he said we were going. It didn't sound like the Dwarven Kingdom.
That's it. I was saying we were going to go off Gallivant while leaving Gelka behind
Oh,
to rule
okay.
to look after things.
I thought you were. I thought Gallivant was a place, and that I misheard it somehow.
You know, it's going to probably pop up somewhere on this map where we're going to deal with Western and Eastern Gallivant. And it's just going to be people
No,
just, you know.
what I mean is, I thought that you were saying the name of a place rather than the word Gallivant.
I gotcha.
So, I wonder if we're going to be sailing up past the Delectable Island.
Well, no, we're not, because that doesn't exist anymore.
It does. It's just it's not very delectable anymore. It just got a bit raised.
What
The actual
happened to
landmass is still there. Just nothing grows.
What happened
It's
to
been
the
a while since it's been eaten.
Yeah.
What did you guys do?
Yeah,
to
but
the-
that's the sort of disaster that doesn't lend itself well to being rebuilt.
They fed it to Cthulhu.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Didn't know they were doing that at the time. They were
Well, one
helping.
of us technically did because he was a cultist of Cthulhu.
True.
I
And
mean-
it was sort of his idea.
What if he just, he chewed it, spat it out again, and now that's just full of Chthonians?
Well,
I mean-
Chthonian means something completely different for one.
Yeah. Completely different races.
You would think Flexes would have. Oh my God, there's one here called Pose 8, the most muscular.
Oh lord.
Anyway, we're continuing on. So it depends on what we want to do right now.
Yep.
Ray, what did we?
Well,
Yeah.
we've got some time until the Henrys come around to talk.
Yeah, it's gonna.
So
The Henrys are busy. It's gonna take them a while to find one of their lesser order members. From what you can tell, what he tells you is basically they are generally considered equal, but kind of like your time in existence is kind of like your seniority. So the more time you spent in this realm, the better.
They're equal, but equal.
oh god, are they basically auditors?
Yeah,
Essentially.
essentially yes.
When you manage to make a Discworld reference without even trying.
Okay. So what I'm looking right here, we could either talk to the Crusades, expand more out to Ginford and more of the Buckingham places.
I mean, I am definitely sending them missives to tell them about the whole Stark situation.
Or we could just go and look at the Dwarven Kingdoms and see what's going on up there, because that is pretty much further us out. Then we can probably make a sojourn up there to land and sell some shit.
Maybe put
Sell some
together a
shoes.
trade route.
I mean, how are we doing on our exports of shoes, Gray?
Probably okay.
I mean, everyone here is well shod, but what would we need to do to make fancier shoes? Would you say? What would we have to secure?
Anyway, yeah, I am definitely sending the Crusades some kind of missive about how, oh shit, the Starks actually have a king now.
All right. Roll me a graces for that. Let's see how well you put it.
How well you
Is
pin it.
there a way to put this well?
Well, two
There's
twos.
way to
Yeah,
put it poorly.
There's quite a lot of panic evident even in writing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it's a letter, so you could try rewriting it.
No, that's the one he's best he could do.
Who runs the Crusades? Again?
It's a collection of noblemen, but it's kind of one of those that
Is it a council or is there a high guy?
there's a council, but they tend to kind of work off the Lionheart, the Cuddy Leon.
Okay. I mean, we could also go to London and chat with them, if at all possible. See what the inside of the Crusade looks like.
Yeah, that's an option.
So what do you want? So king person, what do you want to do?
Well, that's where I turn to my advisors. Do we want to get back what we're losing from the Henry deal, or do we want to maybe take care of the Stark problem?
The thing is that the Stark problem looks large, the Starks themselves look large enough to the fact of like, but like this, none of us are assassins, boss. I mean, I have some climb, I have some things, but I have no sneak. So give me some time to like learn how to duck walk, and I can then work around to see if I can stab a person in their bed. I'll work on that.
You're gonna practice being an assassin.
Look, I have this thing called
Honestly,
cardboard.
practice on any of my subjects.
Look, I have this thing I've heard called a cardboard box. They're probably great for assassins. Gotta learn how to use it. It'll work out.
Well, we do have a lot of snakes.
Ow.
Yeah.
Anyway, but honestly, we could go and see how the Crusades do for the. I'm honestly wondering because there are no closest neighbors are probably our closest threats. So we'll see if we can work anything out with them. Let's go on a trade expedition. How's that? Let's go to London. I hear it's a very silly place.
That's in the Crusade.
I know, but we can go there.
Rather not antagonize them, and they will see us rolling up and trying to trade with them as antagonists.
How would that be? How would that be seen as antagonistic? That is at least like
Well, because what's happened to the last three places we've rolled up on and decided to start doing things.
No, that's because but those weren't held by anybody. I mean,
They decided we were great people and joined our noble cause.
Look, if we want to also deal with like getting money, we can go and like roll over Buckingham.
I mean, yeah, I guess we could go to Anglia. But on the other hand, fuck that place.
Wow.
I mean, there's a place called the Adventure-Tuse Forest. There's probably adventure there.
Anyway, so one of the other things that happens is that Victor will kind of like run in one day. It's like, my lords, I have something.
What?
On the polymorphing.
And?
Yes.
Yes, I
Continue.
found references to a method that may be used to polymorph somebody. It is a little convoluted and requires a certain component that is relatively hard to find.
Okay.
Yes, you just need to capture a changeling.
Cool.
Somewhat
great.
hard to
One of the
find,
Faye's kids.
Could do.
Well-
So, are we working
So,
up...
Gray, how hard is it going to be to capture a changeling?
No one's actually done it before, but that doesn't exactly mean it's hard. No one's actually tried.
What
There's
parts of
probably a very good reason no one's tried.
Yeah. I mean, changelings are well known. You know, kind of like the Fae will send. But they're basically a monster in to steal a child and then take over that child's life. No one's quite sure how much of a problem changelings are, because lots of people kind of think their child just suddenly changes day to day, but anyone who's been around a toddler knows that's pretty standard. That said, there have been several well-known kind of examples where highborns have been replaced with changelings and then discovered through magical means. So
So are we working out the idea that if someone was polymorphed into a duck, one would say, one does not need to no one doesn't need to reverse the polymorphization. We just need to polymorph them again back to a human, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the easy way.
That is the easy way. Polymorph spells are hard. So using the essence of a creature that's designed to be a polymorph is the easiest way.
Or at least the most direct means of one would actually look for research and polymorphization.
Yeah.
Alright. That's the thing. We can, if we ever run across a changeling, or if say our king ever had an heir that we could, use as changeling bait, that would be a thing.
Okay, now the sword is out and pointing at you.
Look, you have me as an advisor. I'm going to suggest things.
He never said it was a good idea.
There's options on the table, but if there are some ideas that are too taboo, even for us, how are we going to even think them up?
So, my lord, there is another option.
Yeah?
Well, we just kind of find a peasant and stake them out.
So you're saying that if we take a peasant, dress them up in finery, shower them with jewels, and then stake their kid out.
I don't think the Fae are terribly picky when it comes to who they replace.
Well, the thing is that if we're dealing with if the Fae more often the highly replace.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they do.
Well, what do you call it? The example given were people of high or
yes,
more
he said
high
there have been several occasions of that. He did not say they were more common than any other.
But if
I
there's
got nothing
several
on that.
occasions, that could just mean that they more often do that. I mean, if we were to do, say, a census of our immediate land, we can ask how many of them are oftenly considered to be changelings. But it's an idea that maybe
Except here's the thing. A good changeling doesn't get found out.
Well, consider this, is that the only reason why people of highborn stations could be considered to be, marked as changelings would be that they would have the tools to detect them,
Yep.
So what we would need to do is ask our local washerwoman if they were to know of any place that would seem to have a changeling detection tool.
Oh, so you want to go have a chat with the washerwomen, who of course are just founders of local law and knowledge.
It depends. There might be a certain branch of washerwomen that once they're mentioned, may appear.
Oh, hey, Gray.
Right behind us.
Yeah.
Sword knows about the washerwomen, doesn't
Yeah, but I don't know if it would have told you.
The trade.
I assume that as soon as the word comes up, it gets very, very intense.
Yes, as soon as we mention the washerwomen, you will get weird feelings from it, but I don't know if it will want to tell you that
I
they're
did make
actual
that
gods.
eerie roll on them the other session.
Yeah, there's something odd about them.
But the
yeah.
thing is that we don't necessarily I know if we talk about the washerwomen, we're going to be playing by their plots instead.
Sounds behind you.
I look behind me.
And he shall appear.
Yeah, the floor is suddenly getting cleaned. It looks like they're halfway through. You are sure no one's in the room was like 5 seconds ago.
Floor. How?
Don't ask those kind of questions. You might get an answer.
Adis,
This was a dirt for what's up,
This
sir?
is your fault.
You get to deal with it. I'm going fishing.
They're ignoring you, but obviously not ignoring you, but standing in earshot.
I mean, if anyone were to say describe a means of detecting changelings, like a rumor or local lore.
Right,
So
just have to make a
how
note here. You're
annoyed
votes.
did they start looking that now we're just actively asking them for?
I mean, I'm talking to the air. I'm not talking at them.
Yeah, he's not stupid enough to actually invoke them.
Yeah, but the intent is clear.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm making a note of this anyway.
what would these founts of information or knowledge would want as recompense for this lead?
I don't know. I'm not sure if they'll know yet, but they'll start chatting. It's like, oh, they're talking about changelings, aren't they, dearie? Oh, yes, love. I mean, Duck. Everyone knows that changelings, of course, servants of the Fae, and the Fae aren't that picky. Aye, but they are proud creatures, very vengeful. Oh yeah. I mean, if they were to hear that there was a child of noble birth and the parent of that child had bad-mouthed the Fae in some way, they're very likely to try and play a trick and replace the child with a changeling. Oh yeah, but how would they do that? Yeah, and they kind of wander off again.
Okay, so confirm suspicions. So, King, you know what you could do? You're a
If
king.
you suggest I
You know
give
what
my
kings can
child
do?
to the Fae,
No, not your child. No. You know what you can do? You can make nobles. And you know what nobles have? Progeny. Even if they're a dirt poor noble in a shaky sect, they're still nobility. And if a noble starts bad mouth or is known to be bad mouthing some Fae, well, maybe you think, right?
fair enough. Do you have a girlfriend?
Unfortunately, not. Unfortunately, she's in Spain right now.
Well, I guess we're sending
have a
the
boat.
troops back to Spain.
As if by magic, 3 different adorable young ladies kind of appear from behind various tapestries in corners of the room. Because this is the Middle Ages, and he may not be proper nobility, but he's got the ear of the king, and that's going to have to count for something.
I'm just a humble soldier, my lord.
Excellent, so he probably won't be around much. That's exactly what they want in a kept husband.
I mean,
Dukes
High status and always away. That's exactly what you want.
I mean,
High status, low visibility.
I know that you're continuously rolling in the background on the pen dragging forums for things. So you know what? Let's have some fun. Do you have the Mary's Church for Pendragon, Gray?
No, but I can bring it up in a few seconds.
Whip those up.
I don't know if I actually.
Maybe we should use the ones from Paladin. Instead.
Yeah, I'm about to say I've got Paladin.
Let's go grab the Mary's Chart for Paladin.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
Just loading
I
Paladin.
don't know where the marriage chart is though.
1 second, I'll search for marriage.
You know what?
Isn't there appendix with all the charts?
King, I would have to say that this plan is so crazy that I would not want anyone else. I would not risk anyone else. If you were to order me, I would gladly get married and sire a son merely so we can see if we can have him swapped out for a changeling.
You know, it genuinely kind of disturbs me how on board you are with this.
He fully knows that this is the best chance he's got.
He's getting a title out of it. What are you talking about?
I'm getting a title, a wife, and I'll have a kid.
Not
Probably several,
tasks, that's
considering how
something
dangerous it
completely
is.
And if we do this correctly, I'll still have my son or child or daughter.
Yeah, you're talking about capturing one.
Yeah. So they swap. So either we capture them while they're swapping them out, or I go and kick down the doors of the Faedom to get my son back.
Sounds like a plan. Not a good plan,
We are
but a plan.
completely but we were mostly off base on this. I mean, this can be on the boil for a while. If we could start this up right now, clearly there would have to be at least.
Random marriage for vassal knights.
What page are we on?
179.
Thank you very much.
Just a vassal knight? You're not going to give him a title?
Well, this is the only one we got.
Yeah, it's the only child we got. Oh, by the way, there's probably a paladin game coming at some point.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, a vassal knight still would. A knight is still a rank of nobility, right?
Yeah, a vassal knight is still a noble title. It's just not. There's still lords above you.
If I remember correctly, fair and fey folk love messing with knights.
Yeah. Especially knights who insult them. Yeah, so. Roll me a d20 plus.
What would you say, Gray? Would it be plus charm, plus charisma?
Well, it's just. What?
Okay,
let's go for charm.
I have a body of 3, I have a charm of 2, a command of 3.
What's your fascinate?
I don't have any fascinate. I have 1 in grace. I recently bought 1 in graces.
Well, it depends how you're going to do this. Are you going to start this off by making a heroic entry?
You know what? I'm going to do command inspire.
We're just going to go with. We're just going to play the Bachelor.
I'm going to inspire a lady to join me in matrimony.
No, just walks outside. I need a wife.
Dang it!
And like a couple of the curtains twitch and. Like,
let me try that again.
No, you can't try the same thing twice.
Okay, but you know I can do it instead. I can flex. That didn't work. Who wants to get in on this?
That poor silk shirt was very expensive and did not need to be damaged like that.
Especially not now that we're doing again.
Alright, so, I think at this point a charm roll.
Alright. Graces? Would graces work?
Graces, yeah.
No, graces didn't work.
Alright, so you're not going to be getting any bonus, so just roll me a d20.
Can I at least get a d20 for the athletics? I'm at least
you have a +1 for you can have a +2 for that.
Okay, thank you. Come on, d20. 9. Damn it!
9? Daughter of a household knight.
Oh, wow. It's not bad, honestly.
Not bad.
I didn't know any of us had daughters.
One more time.
I'm sure you've got a couple of other knights.
Yeah, well, my luck is bad. All right.
You got one of the girls from what's its place that we just absorbed.
One
of the mercenaries.
What's one of her mercenary? What's her name again?
Delka.
Yeah. What's one of her highlights?
Now you have to roll for childbirth. For the love of God, do not roll an 11.
Alright.
I can't remember which one that is.
14.
Healthy child. Alright.
So
roll 1d6. Odd numbers, female, even is.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see what happens.
I should be making notes of this, shouldn't I? But where's behind the name?
So, even numbers male?
Even numbers male, yes. You have a son who is destined to be stolen because you're about to go badmouthing the Fed.
Yeah. So we're jumping forward 9 months at this point.
Are we? Okay. I mean, we could be doing other things, but this plan is jumping forward 9 months.
So we're back from successfully negotiating a trade deal with the dwarves.
I mean, we can jump back in time and deal with that while this is happening in the background.
Your wife's randomly generated name from the English, Anglo-Saxon, and Celtic pool is Skylar.
Skylar?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go put this in my achievements. Our magic achievements. One wife. Nice.
It's perfect.
Skylar.
Skylar Ulster, isn't it?
Ulster. Okay, there we go. I have one wife.
One wife.
One. Pagans.
So real fast. So I'm going to go roll my So now that this is done, I'm going to go, and I am going to start. I'm going to go and okay, put this. I'm going to go roll a command test, and I am going to.
You're just gonna march out into the forest and start saying "all fair bastard."
I'm going to be like Oberon. I mean Oberon, right?
Oh god, he rolls a double 10.
Beautiful.
Titania? Well, I've heard that she's known as like, I heard she's tight all right with everything else. She drinks like you wouldn't believe.
Oh lord.
Stand-up comedy.
Bad stand-up comedy to an audience.
I heard I heard she got called out once for a mid-number size dream, but when the guy found her, it was kind of a nightmare.
In the background, the crickets pack their bags and walk away.
I'm assuming we're keeping an eye on everyone but him.
You could do your sword thing with the kid at night after I go and do this.
See, the issue is then the changeling wouldn't be able to be put there because Fae are inherently entirely magical beings.
Well, I know, but you can like cut their magic off for a bit during the
thing.
night.
If I do that, then they die.
And they'd notice.
All right, so I have
again. They are literally made of magic.
Alright.
I want to see that chart. I want to see how badly I rolled. But well, anyway,
what was the 6 for?
That was just me tossing it because I wanted to see what the higher roll would mean. But it will.
He's still trying to beat that 9.
Anyway, so okay, so now how do I make sure that my kid doesn't get stolen, Gray?
Right. Well, first thing we've got to do, of course, advance the year.
No, Zeb, we can't hear you.
Sorry?
Zeb's asking if we can hear him.
Oh, yeah.
His mic died, apparently.
We can't hear you, Zeb.
Yeah.
I figured that was kind of important.
Alright, 1 second while I just sort out the map.
A year went by without us actually trying to kill anything.
Yeah.
Well, we distracted.
We can always
be doing that in the meantime. I mean, this is one plan we had. We got completely sidetracked on.
Yeah, but if we're skipping ahead, it's kind of like it makes sense to go into 1104. Like 9 months past.
How are we doing on our rolls, Gray?
1 second while I just show you the map. So, shut down 1103.
Is there a range thing to roll? Like, it's not like there's a lot of set things, but can we like roll one of our Kingdom of Actions during that year and just say we try to make a thing with like say
Yep, that is perfectly acceptable.
What do we have for our what's our influences again?
We have 2 influence, 3 sovereignty, 3 territory, 4 might, and 1 treasure.
3 territory. Can we do a territory sovereignty and worker and roll that to see if we can produce enough to for sales, and just say we have one for the we start selling shoes to the Crusades.
You could do
influence
and say sovereignty or territory to try and get a trade route with the dwarves rather than role playing it out. It seems like
that makes
sounds good to me.
Still want to take those 3 fools and put them together and roll it?
Not the 3, just 2. So pick 2. Doesn't make much difference though.
Well, in that case, the best option would be sovereign territory, because we're not using might to get a trade route.
Yeah.
I mean, if we
can use might to get there.
I mean, we can use might to cut through.
It is kind of far away.
To get rid of bandits and all the other things, the willy things on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going over the sea, so
yeah, you're doing a naval trade route. You've already got 1 ship.
There are fishermen.
You could
part of the trade route is we get them to give us more ships for the trade.
I mean, their ships can come down and trade with us, but we, so they can.
Actually, yeah, that makes more sense. Actually, they're the ones footing the bill for all the ships.
Yeah.
They bring goods down. We send cash back.
I mean, or we, send shoes back.
That is the official currency of the true Kingdom of England.
All right. So where
The
is
shoe.
where is the what's it called again for the item for the image of the our influence?
Company 1103A, because Gray hasn't given us an 1104.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll just save up the 1104. I've got it here. I just haven't saved it.
So that would be influence sovereignty or territory. So let's go territory sovereignty. How's that?
Zebrin makes a good point. We should definitely upgrade our docks. If we're not doing anything else.
So that'd be 6
Well-
dice.
That would be 7 dice
7 dice.
if we're using might.
Oof. Our territory's down. Oof.
Yes, we've been over that about a dozen times already.
Two eights.
A couple of eights.
2 eights, 2 fours.
Yeah, I'll say you can raise
Cool.
your treasure by 1 for that.
So get rid of the.
Excellent.
And we now have dwarf work.
Yep.
And dwarves have our shoes. Okay. Anyway, so how do I prevent my child? How do I catch a changeling and not lose my son, Dre?
Well, first you
Well,
have to name
by
your son.
having us guarding your wife while, you're off trying to shit talk the Fae.
Sounds like a
All right.
plan.
So I'm gonna roll geography real fast.
Oh shit, is our only midwife Victor?
I have a 10, 2 10s. So great.
I'm sure we
gonna
have someone
find
named-
the oldest tree in the forest. And I'm going
Oh
to
no,
piss on it.
motherfucker, you are not cutting that down.
I'm not cutting.
We don't want flat out war, we just want your son to
I'm going to piss on it.
Plant some barley around it.
Put an iron nail in it.
Ooh, no, we don't want war.
Yeah, we don't want no.
See, the cutting it down is war to the knife. Putting a nail in it is just straight up war.
Can I put a nail? Can I? I'm not gonna say market.
What,
but I'm
what
just
if you put a copper nail in it?
As a warning.
You know what? I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna find it. I'm going to put my eyes put my eyes in it. Like I know where it is. I'm gonna pee on it. And I'm gonna leave.
Okay, instead of taking a piss on it, you have iron boots or something.
I'm gonna leave a pair of
Just-
shoes at it.
No, just kick it.
Then.
Just kick the tree with your iron.
I'll kick the tree then. Okay, here we go. Kick. I've done a Chuck Norris roundhouse kick at the tree. All right.
You didn't actually do any damage, but the message is very, very.
Yes. You've
He's
not only
antagonizing the Fae.
you've insulted the king and queen of the Fae, and then insulted the trees. They're not going to be happy with you.
I'm not 100% certain why we want war with the Fae, but that seems to be where we're
No,
going.
We're explicitly trying to avoid war with the Fae.
Yeah.
We just really want his son
God
to
damn
be
it.
kidnapped by them.
My eyes are off. All right. So what was the 2 5s, Gray?
Oh, just to see.
I
the
see what you did
response.
there.
Damn. You look hard. You look beyond the veil of reality. As the soft waves, hello.
Well, I mean, at least you're aware of where the wild hunt is.
I can just see the blades of grass separating around the invisible feet walking up towards the castle.
Fuck that, we're not keeping his wife in the castle for this.
I
You
have
know how much iron is in that castle?
look. I have my house. My wife doesn't know any of this, right?
No,
I
no.
hope not.
Skylar's completely and utterly unaware of this.
I love my
She
wife.
does. She does know that she's being guarded rather heavily. She just thinks it's from more mundane threats than
I
the
love
fucking.
my wife. I will kiss her on both cheeks.
All she
And-
really knows is the king himself is making sure no one gets within 50 feet.
She is a She is a daughter of an equally burly, like mercenary that is my father-in-law.
Also, you should probably never bring this up to him.
I'm not going to
Ever.
bring this up to him. I grasped my father-in-law's arm. We flexed together.
Ah, yes, the eternal bond of flexing.
Oh dear.
All is well. For this, okay, Zeb. For this session, all right. It was the only way I could talk.
Yeah, Adis's coat of arms is now just an arm flexing a bicep. Soon it will be an arm flexing a bicep, crushing an oak
You
tree.
need to properly.
Look, I'm going to have to, since I have gained a wife and everything else, like, and a noble title. This means my name, my heraldry will have to change. So now I am.
Oh my god, I
Adis
just realized something.
Armstrong.
You're going to be the legendary inspiration for Flex Mentality.
Yep. My name. Look, I have renamed myself. I am now Adis Armstrong. You okay? You okay, Gray?
Yes. Alright, just. Alright, so. You've successfully insulted the Fae. Of course, over the. I've got a couple of things to catch up on before we get to this. So, harvest arrives. And. Again, it's another good year for the crops. The wheat harvests are amazing. Probably most of the country is just reporting boom things, with the exception of the apple harvest. Basically all the apple groves across the country, orchards across the country, start reporting a mysterious blight that's affecting them. The apples seem to grow quite rapidly, and then just turn strange, like a purplish hue.
Okay, so they change into like
on the branch, or
are they like turning eldritch apples?
I'm not going to fill that one in, but yeah, on the branch, they start turning strange.
I will go and kick down Victor's door. Victor,
My lord,
we have strange apples.
he kind of like, well, sir, I'm not that type of doctor.
Look, I don't need you to tree surgeon, but you do have things about strange.
He was just missed that one, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, I think this guy just completely missed that one.
Missed it, or he's intentionally avoiding recognition.
That was good.
Go ahead. What am I missing here?
Yeah.
Apples.
You said you got strange apples. He said he's not that type of doctor.
Not my Adam's apple.
No, go lower.
Apples keep doctors away.
Oh, okay. No, we're not talking about the fruit and two veg. It's good, sir. I'm talking about these apples, these strange purpley apples. You talk about how things change in metamorphosis size over the years. So, can you take a look at them?
Yes, I will immediately get onto working on them.
Thank you.
Yeah, it'll take him a while to do any real research.
I mean that's the thing is that we just tell Vector to do things we can do in the background.
Yeah.
Well, no
Perfect.
cider this year, but everything else is going.
Perfect.
All right, so WrestleMania has gone along the coast, the kingdom of Cornwall, which is if everywhere is getting super harvested,
Jesus
Cornwall.
Christ, WrestleMania really expanded.
Yeah.
I didn't notice how fast they expanded. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
the Starks have poked the undead.
Yep, the Starks and Undead have apparently run into each other.
It looks more like the undead have poked the Starks, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Oh no, you poke the undead and then they bite your hand off. That's the way undead work.
The Crusades and everything else are looking at least equal.
Yeah, no, I know you knew about it. I think it's just a ablative. There, added who got it wrong. I hadn't noticed.
And the Council of Henrys has expanded their territory.
added-
Oh, it was
Right?
ablative. I was right the first time. I talked myself out of it. Oh,
Well, at least you got it right the first time instead of saying that I was added the first time and then corrected.
it's like a
myself.
left-right thing. My brain knows which one's which,
I
but it just
know,
won't
right?
say.
I get
It's
that
horrific.
too.
Yeah. Somewhere between my head and my mouth, things just switch round. I do it all the time. It's very annoying. Anyway, so yeah, WrestleMania's kind of expanded to pretty much all the habitable parts of Wales. The Undead and
So
Starks
they're
are kind of...
tiny then.
Yeah,
Oh, they're still giants.
they're still giants. There's got lots
Well,
of
yeah.
sheep.
They're still giants, but there's nothing habitable in Wales.
I need to up my athletics even more so I can go to WrestleMania and have a flex off with them. So Gray, would I have to learn fighting would wrestling be a particular its own branch of fighting? Would I have to go buy wrestle dice?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that counts as what is it, melee?
Melee wrestle?
Yeah, melee is the weapon skill in this. You have
Okay.
weapon, and then you have fight, which is just general brawling.
So I'm going to have to go do some. I mean, in the between sessions, I'm going to have to do some. Gonna have to press some stuff so I can go. So when we go and
The
talk
issue
WrestleMania,
is you'll probably go with Greek wrestling instead of WWE
WWE.
because
We were WWE back in the day when we were doing in the first place when we started WrestleMania.
yeah, but you don't know that. You're a guy from Spain.
True.
Valid.
But anyway, I'm gonna have to go. I mean, if anything for WrestleMania to get in good with them, I will have to probably wrestle some people in the ring.
Yeah. But yeah, so the kind of expansion. The Crusades apparently, there's been a massive discussion amongst themselves, and they've decided that their focus will be to be heading to the west.
So they're going. So there's going to be a three.
They're heading.
Go across the ocean.
Yeah.
If Salisbury goes this way.
Crazy pagans to the north. Tiny kingdom of like bandit knights to the northeast. Not that much of a problem. Kind of to the north, undead. To the west are either giants or a kingdom that is using magic to create a giant wall. Kind of not what they want for like the Christianity. Yeah. So they've kind of picked out the Cornwall and the giants are the biggest religious threat.
I think that the Muslims would have more of a problem with the magic.
Have the other Muslims? Oh, the Crusades are both are multicultural.
Yeah, the Crusades are some hypothetical combination alliance thing of the Abrahamic religions because they've realized, oh shit, we might actually lose if we don't do something.
I mean, it's not like we run that much into very many Catholic cults, unless I turn around and it's like, oh, is that what our church looks like? As there is a big octopus above the door.
Well, the thing is, we've been very much focused on England and I guess Wales. So
we still have Paladin.
We haven't really seen what's going on the mainland.
I honestly would want to put Reigns on hold just to go do the Paladin campaign and come back with a better understanding of the history.
I think Paladin is kind of, there's a lot of people interested in Paladin. That's probably going to be a Sunday game.
Okay. After we get done with the Burning Crusade on Black Crusade. Anyway,
We can't say Burning Crusade.
that would get we would get TM.
Yeah, you're gonna have to censor that, right?
Yeah.
I hope you're happy, Discard.
Look, it's not like the idea of a crusade on fire is completely like owned by Blizzard Activision Corporation.
Yeah, you tell them that.
All right, so
They don't listen.
either we take more territory over here in Birmingham. Also, I have a rolled up newspaper just in case somebody tries to steal my son.
Wait, Birmingham?
Birmingham, Buckingham.
I don't even know where you're looking.
Buckingham?
Anglica. North.
Oh, Buckingham.
Buckingham.
Yeah.
Buckingham.
Buckingham is some
More
something completely
arrows.
different.
I mean, we need to fill in our map a little bit more as well, but also the fact that we're trying to. So what else has happened, Grabe, with my son?
He's, he might look like you. Actually, just 1 second.
He might look like you.
Yeah. It's a bit early to tell. You're pretty sure it's yours.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what he thinks, it's what the Fae thinks.
I flex at my son. Does he flex back?
He hasn't got any control over his muscles. He's a newborn.
Well, I guess you're not legitimizing that one.
He can't even focus his eyes yet.
He'd know.
I do the goo gaga stuff with my son because he's a cute boy. All right, so we have to wait some time before we find out if my son is my son or not.
We're never gonna find that out. It's fine.
The thing we're trying to do here is to make the Fae think that he's your son regardless.
True. So, do you want to go up here? Want to go kick over Birmingham or Buckingham or the Ham and Ham?
You want to go ham?
Want to go ham on ham?
No, we can probably move on to the forest.
Okay, or what's the forest?
Well, nothing. So we've got to the point where your kid's born. I think we've moved for a summer. You've done some work. You've got some trade going. No one's actually coming after you at the moment, and you kind of got to the point where it's kind of like probably early January, March 1104, and your son's been born. So this long plan you've got can go into operation.
Does anyone else want to get like? I have to say, there's been a couple of years. Anyone else want to get a wife?
Chirp.
I'm the only father man here.
I'm waiting for a proper title of the nobility.
I mean, you just gotta.
I'm waiting for my wife's husband to die.
Oh,
that could be arranged.
Sorry, what's my noble title again?
You're a duke or something?
We'll make you the Duke of Chelmsford.
There's already a Duchess of Chelmsford. You can't really do that.
Okay, he's the regent then.
Can I be the regent of Chelmsford? That's nice.
I
give what's his face, the Duck Knight, the thumbs up.
Wait, no. You're the Duke of Ipswich.
Yeah.
Ipswich?
Yep.
Okay, then that's why I want to go. I'm the Duke of Ipswich. I want to go and expand over to Buckingham.
Makes sense.
Yeah, want to expand your ducal claims?
You do realize that I'm going to give the Dukedom of Buckingham to Adrian.
That's fine.
Now that I have territory and power, I feel this urge to expand.
Yeah, now you know
You should
what
go
it's
this
like
way.
every waking moment of my life. And you don't even have a curse to deal with.
I have curses to deal with, thank you very much.
We all have curses to deal with.
I have a very weird and suspect birth and birthmark to deal with.
Yeah, your son has that.
Oh, he has a key too.
Yeah. Does he have a name?
Son? Remember, they don't get names until they get old enough to
True, yeah.
You don't get a name until you're level 2. Everyone knows.
I know Gray is gonna be rolling the. Yes, he's Son Armstrong. Or put an unloud up. Put it. What's an unloud do again?
I don't know.
You know, I know how to, but I don't actually know what.
Is that his actual name? Unlad.
Yeah, unload Armstrong.
Well, at
Or
least
it will
you
be if
named
he makes it.
Stretch.
Umlaut. Umled.
So they asked you for the name, and you said, the lad? And I'm like, lad, good name.
Umlaut Armstrong. That's how it is. I don't know what the white. What does the white want to call him?
Understanding.
All right. And when he's back, we're going. It's not the last we see of Unlad.
No, nope.
Well, I mean, he is kind of central to our current plans.
Great, go through a thing. What's the wife want to say? Go through a thing at your random name generator.
All right. 1 second. I shut it down because I didn't think I'd need it again.
Okay,
Right.
you knew you were having a child. You didn't think to leave a naming thing up.
Look, I was
You're
progressing
Spanish,
a
aren't
plan.
you?
I was progressing a plan, so
Yeah, he's Spanish.
He's
So
Spanish,
English,
but she's
Celtic,
not.
Yeah,
We're asking
Anglo-Saxon.
her.
I'll put Spanish into the mix. If I can actually find Spanish, there we go.
You can find Spain. It might exist.
I'm trying to find something actually. I'm actually stuck it to
look, just
Male.
pull up a set of names and roll. I'm gonna roll a d20 at it. Okay.
Right.
3.
Cecil.
Cecil works. Cecil Armstrong.
Cecil Umlaut Armstrong.
Cecil Umlaut Armstrong.
Right. Okay. So yeah, Cecil's born, and you start putting together your plan.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the castle is probably not a good place. Lots of iron there. So you have to come up with some other way of like attracting a fae.
He has his own house.
Well, we can go out to Ipswich and find a nice farmhouse.
Okay, let me see now. Ipswich. I'm going to go look. You know what? Geography. Geography helps. What's a good ley line,
He has
Gray?
one skill and he's going to use it for everything.
Yes.
You know
I
me
mean,
for- you
that
know
is
me how-
sort of how this works, yeah.
Okay, so someone give me a lore check.
Or check
Okay.
for what?
Sire, give me a lore check. Thank you.
My lord.
Okay, so
What are you looking for again? It's over there.
we are trying to cross between what's a good eldritchy looking location plus I have an idea of the lay of the land. So if we between us, can we figure out what's a ley line or where is a good spooky place to put it? To be
You mean
living?
like a crossroads where a condemned criminal is buried? It's one over there.
No, that's where you get ghosts. I'm looking for more like what's more eldritchly located. Well, actually, can you chip in on this? What do you think? Like,
I
mean,
don't think.
Oh,
there's-
so you're looking for the really big fairy circle. Gotcha.
yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
Well, there seems to be one around Buckingham.
There's one
Is that a-
over by the river.
Sure. You know what? I'm gonna go. Let's go. I'm gonna go make a house over there.
Of course, these woods over here are very haunted.
My task action is making a house.
Are you just using whole trees?
First, the log cabins.
Mm.
No, not even that. He's just ripping trees out of the ground and using them to build a house.
Mm-hmm.
Put some moss across the thing, thatch some huts. You know. I'm making my little house on the prairie. Thank you very much. In all the places.
You're not
where,
on
you
a
know,
prairie.
I'm
It's
on
a
a delta.
grassland.
I'm on a delta.
By a
It seems
river.
like. No, Zeb says.
So what are you making up near
Where I'm up near Ipswich, I have cross-referenced.
I think he said he was somewhere on the Orwell.
Yeah, around the Orwell. I am cross-referencing. I've cross-referenced my geography versus his lore. Where a sufficiently eldritchly
you got a couple of ley lines.
a sufficiently ley liney place so the Fae would pop up. and and I'm just I'm basically rolling out the red carpet in a not so suspicious, but if they're arrogant enough manner.
Come and get me, you pointy-eared cowards.
I shout into the woods.
Not one of you can flex like this. Flex.
Okay, what the fuck?
Oh,
that is
man.
like the fourth time.
I dab in your general direction.
Oh, he's dabbing now. Isn't that a war crime?
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Give me half a second. I really need to hit the restroom.
It
But
goes
yeah,
in
that's
the fit.
far too many double tens on the flexing.
Yeah. It's his thing now.
Yeah, I'll put
It's
a tree
his
in the
thing,
background.
so obviously the game is going to reward him for.
Yeah. How fancy a tree are we wanting? It's heraldry, it should be about mid.
Make it a moderately recognizable as an oak tree. And being
Yeah.
crushed in the fist, of course.
What happened?
We're adding to your heraldry.
Okay.
It wasn't leafy enough.
Okay. So, I mean, by now, either they're gonna steal my son, or they're literally just gonna come. They're gonna come and try to break my kneecaps directly.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the options. We're hoping it's not the kneecap thing, by the way.
Let me go take a look. Do we have any dog worker fairies?
Dog
great.
worker
Fey
fairies.
version of Thumpus family
you know the
is
whole-
back.
You know the thing where they had the fairies with flat caps and
No, you
overalls.
don't have any random fairies running around your lands.
No, I'm saying like Teamster fairies type thing. Where they break your legs.
Well, that's only if you're a scab, though. I mean, there's an entirely different group of fairies that break your legs if you're just insulting people.
Hmm.
No, that is also true.
I know you and your rules.
Alright, so you start working on what is, I'm going to assume, is your manor.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a great castle, but for now it's like a wooden mutton bailey.
Yeah, over here in the middle of the thing.
So yeah, we're going to give you a castle. It's a really poor castle, but it's still a castle.
My wife feels like she really did marry up in the world.
It's very specifically not warded against the Fae.
Yes. Alright, so
Good question.
you
Give me a
install
second.
your family in there.
I'm gonna roll a random die real fast. Great. What's the likelihood of that I actually married a changeling by accident?
One
That's a
in
good
1 in 20.
Well, would
But-
that be a 1 or a 20?
That would be a 20.
Yeah.
What happened in 1 or okay, so
Rolling the 1 gave you the chance.
let's see what happens. Nope, did not marry a wife. My wife is not secretly been a changeling this entire time.
No, that's the type of thing a GM throws in.
Well, that was the thing what a GM would throw in, wouldn't it not?
Right, updated the Armstrong crest.
Thank you. Crushing it. Okay. Flexing with trees.
Yeah. Hey, the rest of you got this coming, by the way.
I mean the rest of them. I mean,
Yeah, because we've only got 2 so far.
Adrian and Gwydion and
Gwydion
Yes.
has one.
Yeah,
I
Gideon
know.
technically
Gideon's
has it.
had one
Yeah.
literal centuries.
Gwydion
I
is-
expect at least 2 bottles of wine on mine.
I'm sorry, Gideon. I'm Gideon. All right. I mean, here's the thing: that Gideon's heraldry has been around for so long that it would be like a corner panel on in his future heraldry. Like you get heraldry in his heraldry.
Okay, I can understand you mispronouncing Gideon because it doesn't look like it's pronounced the way it's pronounced, but
Yeah. What's up?
nothing. Let's move on.
And the microphone dropped.
I'm sorry, man.
No, it didn't drop. I just stopped talking because I realized that I was fighting an uphill battle.
You were being dragged down to his level, and then he was going to beat you with experience. I know how it is.
And people might not be able to tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Alright, so you finished the keep. Your family's there. I assume you're waiting for the for the arrival of your liege and these things to help you do the holy consecration ceremony.
We have our local high eldritch priest of the Snake Squid Church.
That's a
There's
question.
at least half a dozen priests currently trying to get you to join up with them via this.
Yeah, you've got the Dagonites, you've got the Cthulhites, you've got the King in Yellow's guys, you've got the Catholics.
Well, no, all of them are either dead or in hiding.
It would be kind of hilarious this entire time. We never thought to look at what religion our people are practicing, and literally there are people are going out to go with Fishman and Dagon in the background.
Well, that isn't really an issue because at this point, the only people who give a shit are the Catholics.
Hi.
And oh fuck.
I mean, here's the thing: we're not really. We're just saying the fact that general eldritch, pollutation going on in the background.
Yeah.
We meet people whose eyes close sideways rather than up and down type deal.
All right. So,
mm-hmm.
What you're doing? You leaving a guard, trying to figure out some way of protecting you.
I'm going to start a fire. I'm going to. Here's the thing, Faye, at both times, respect but dislike arrogance. So no guard. No, there's no guard. There's no nothing like that. I'm just going to start a fire and then be in my kid's room and be reading a book.
All right. What the hell is sight beyond sight?
Sight. Beyond sight.
It's either sight or eerie. I'm not sure which.
It's sight. If
All right. So.
It has eerie.
Yeah, eerie would be a useful one to roll at this point.
Am I alone or am I with my king? Is king around?
It's up to you. Are you basically all having a...
Adrian, do you have eerie?
Nope. Got sight, though.
Damn.
In spades. Look, I counter magic. I don't truck with it.
I have eerie.
But it's the king here is the question. Are you here?
Why
Did you invite him?
wouldn't I be here?
Oh, my lord's here.
Oh, you mean this king?
I don't have eerie, but eerie doesn't roll out very well. Can you?
I have sense.
You have sense 5?
Right, so...
Yeah.
So between your sight, the king's ability to detect when magic is afoot, and Adrian's just apparently supernatural senses...
It's that killer you made. Get her.
No, you get them on the way out.
I tapped him on the shoulder. Why do you have my son, sir?
I do not think that belongs to you.
You kind of you come home and you're all feigned to be asleep.
Mm-hmm.
You've all passed out. You've probably emptied a cheap bottle of wine on the floor, and and you can just feel something entering the room.
Snore, beep 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 beep, right?
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Snoring.
And kind of in the you just see it looks like a bundle of twigs. Like someone's made an effigy of twigs.
A wicker man,
a wicker man style thing that's moving of its own accord. And it kind of moves over towards where the crib is. And then kind of herself up and stands on the edge of the crib, looking into the into the crib at your son.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Dagger across the room.
Capture.
Yeah, captures the plan.
I just threw a knife at it.
Hang on, where's the hit chart?
It's in
1
combat
second.
tracker. Para 8
Combat
is
tracker.
body.
I mean, this might be a distraction. Who knows?
Alright,
Well,
so
if you hit it in the body, it's a lot less likely for it to just straight up die.
yeah. What's your
Question is,
damage?
do iron knives deal lethal damage instead of stun?
It does.
Yes.
It does lethal by width, so it does like 1 plus.
So you do 3 points of damage to its body.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going to do that 4 because it's an iron weapon on. Hey?
Mm-hmm.
Iron or steel?
Probably actually steel, so probably would just be the standard 3.
Yeah, it probably still does full lethal
Well,
instead of
consider the
any
fact
shock.
that consider the fact that this is probably just a fake construct and not really a fake creature.
Steel, yeah, but the lore is weird about this. It's supposed to be kind of like cold iron that affects Fae.
That's generally
Yeah,
magnetized.
wrought iron does the
Steel,
aggravated damage.
yeah. Steel is kind of like, it is iron, but it's also kind of got a lot of the properties knocked out. It's got additives, so it's generally kind of a grey area because no one, yeah. When they did the legends,
Let's just go for base damage and not get aggravated unless we go like pure, like we go with actually full cold fire type thing.
Yeah. So I'm willing to say damage, but cold iron for extra damage.
Yep. Anyway, so knife from across the room. I see.
Oh hey,
there.
you know what's wrought iron?
Hmm?
Excalibur.
Excalibur will be wrought iron, yes, because Excalibur is ancient and will just proper wrought cold iron. It is inherently magical and an aftermath magic.
So
Okay.
basically,
A lot
I
of
can't
contradictions.
actually fight with Excalibur right now because we need this thing alive.
Yeah.
All right. So,
But wait, can I terrify it?
You can have a go at terrifying it.
I'm gonna wrestle it. I got three. I got 3 10s.
Okay, what the hell?
It gets 2 10s.
I have, but
It puts up a bloody good fight for something that's basically a bundle of twigs. You know, it's kind of.
Yes, it turns out being made of magic makes you really fucking tough. Who?
Yeah. But it also wasn't expecting to be just like dogpiled.
You know what? I'm gonna wrestle even harder. Gonna put that thing in an arm lock.
I'll pile in. That's a
So
lot of
it
doubles.
starts screeching and kicking and like slashing.
And at this point, I'm going to walk up and point my sword. I
All
don't
right,
know
do
what
me-
to roll for that.
Intimidate.
I don't have intimidate is the issue.
Oi there, laddie! You think you can get away with me band there? I make sure my son. I wait. I make sure. I do a side
Spanish.
roll, flip around.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you're suddenly talking like a Scotsman. You're
He's
native,
been spending
apparently.
too much time around our dwarven trade partner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what Spanish people say normally. I need to go look up shit.
Apparently, the guy in
say.
Spanish in ours says, "I know nothing," and then wonders why every Englishman in the room starts cackling with laughter. And he's also from Barcelona, which just makes it even better.
Hello, my name is Edis Armstrong. You steal my baby. Prepare to die.
I say,
Oh.
and then I look. Then I look
And
over at.
he's vague.
Hello, my mate is Armstrong. You have tried to steal my baby. Prepare to be flexed upon.
Episode title just a whole load of flexing. I just can't come up with anything better than that.
That saying something like that requires it to be followed up with an elbow drop, Edis. That'll do.
Alright, so you You basically beaten a pile of twigs into submission.
I also rolled a sight check just to look at my kid to make sure that I'm not missing anything.
No, you definitely seem to have it in play. It kind of surprised that you've like spotted it. I think is the thing. Because of course this was a trap, and nobody really sets a trap for the Fae. And it is, at the end of the day, a lesser Fae creature.
If a full-on Fae had tried this, we would already be dead.
We would be having problems. I would be down to wrestle an actual Fae creature, you know?
Yes, you would be down because you would be dead before you got the chance to roll.
But you know what it would not be able to do? Flex against me.
It wouldn't
If it were to
have
flex.
to.
It would have to flex off. I would win. All right.
Yeah,
Then it would have
until
a
it
live off
started
and you would
cheating
lose.
by ripping your arms off.
I have it in an armbar, and I'm gonna pick it up, and I'm going to frog. We have what's his face on hand.
There's no need for violence.
Yes, there is. He tried to steal my kid.
I'm talking
Victor.
to
The Fae, the
changeling.
changeling, and it will kind of.
Vic-
I am pointing my sword at it as I say that.
Yeah,
Vic-
it will go quietly. You know,
Victor,
it will
get
recognize it's one of the.
We have Victor come from the what do you call it? Take a look at it. We had Victor on hand.
I would hope so.
Also, my wife is out with her family at the moment for this day.
Yeah, you've sent your wife off.
I'm gonna have to head out now. We're going out to...
Okay, we'll wrap up fast.
Yeah, should we wrap this up now? We'll deal with the Fae in
Sounds
the next
good.
one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, bit of a shorter one due to the missing thing, but yeah, with Zeb's mic dead as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes, I did ask for this, Zeb. But look, my king said that I would, if I were to risk my kid, I would get a noble title. And how am I supposed to deny that? You know?
I'm gonna say 5 XP. Yeah, you've covered some good ground.
Nice.
Yeah, you didn't actually.
You can roll it
up to 10.
You can roll at any time, Gwyd.
Yeah, but the rest of you will covering everything, I think. Anyway, so we'll see you all next time.
Just save your rolls for next session, Goody, and we're going to need that spear to kill some fairy people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, see everyone then.